approach for optimal golf. And these are 3 easy steps that you can do once you understand in the cart as you're going to your next shot, or in your kitchen before you go out for your golf game, or in your car before you get out of it. Just simple 3 minutes. And the first thing is to just sense your weight, sense the contact your buttocks is making with your seat. What your feet are doing. Is there tension in your toes? Notice if you could soften your feet. Where are your feet? Are they underneath your knees? Or are they someplace else? Where are your heels? Is one heel out, one heel in? Not that there's a correct way. The point is right now, just notice and let it be. Then we want to notice your breathing. Do you feel anything underneath your hand? Do you feel anything underneath your hand here? Then we want to notice your hands, the weight of your hands on your thigh. You want to notice, can you give your arms to your thighs? Can you roll your forearms so that your palms of your hands can go down, your palms can go up? So we're exploring what might feel good. And for me, being at the computer all day long, these muscles moving this arm in a sort of rotated way just feels so good. And then if I lean a little bit, those muscles on my thigh, the thigh begins to massage and just quietly massage those muscles so that tension sort of melts out. You also want to sense where you're sitting on your, what we call sits bones. If you're sitting way back here, you're sitting more on your tailbone. And if you think of a dog's tail coming out and how a dog will sit and get excited, the tail goes up, you just want to be able to sit on your tailbone is a choice, but try to sit a little bit further forward. See if you can, and it not be aggravating to any situation in your lower back or anything else that you might feel aggravated about. So we want you to be calm, comfortable. How can you get comfortable in this skeleton that we have over here? So in this skeleton that we have over here, how can we get comfortable inside that skeleton? Now notice your breathing. Put one hand here. Notice that your hand is touching your chest. Let your chest feel touched. And then see if there's any movement at all when you inhale and exhale. Do you breathe through your chest at all? Now, everybody knows that belly breathing is better. But the point is you want to be able to breathe everywhere. But where do you breathe? What do you notice about your breath? And can you, as you focus on your breathing, also notice your feet, notice any excessive tension in your legs or your arms, and how you can breathe without even your hands monitoring it. You can notice that there might be some movement when you inhale and when you exhale. Step 2, that was step 1. Step 2 is simply sliding your weight in your sits bones a little bit forward. If that feels weird, you can't really do it easily. And again, we're going to be calibrating. So most of the time when I ask you to do a movement, you do it fast and you do it quickly and you do it maybe with some more attention than what I would like. So the idea now is to see if I were to ask you to move your hands forward and back, you can start to see how much effort you use, where you use the effort. And the idea is to just let your pelvis rock your arms forward so that you can breathe and you can move your arms forward with the least amount of effort. That's efficiency. And that's what we're looking for. How do we distribute the effort evenly throughout our whole skeletal system so that our hands meet the club and then we can swing our whole body freely so that when the club head meets the ball, it lifts and flies with no effort at all. So, second step, let yourself move. Feel your hands start to calibrate, do less effort. See if you can move and breathe at the same time. And now see if you can come down so that your elbows are on your knees and you can just kind of rest there. So I call it the dugout resting, you know, it's hard to sit up straight all the time. So you lean on your elbows. But here, if you can, start to sense where your spine is. Start to visualize that spine and see if it can round backward as you look down and round upward or forward. Let it come forward through the chest as you start to look up. But you don't want to look up just with your neck. The neck wants to be an extension of your whole vertebrae, which hasn't been used in maybe 70 years or more. You know, who's to know how old you are, where you are on the awareness scale? So, whatever it is, this is just a beginning. But once you get it and you can tune in to yourself, you'll feel more embodied and your swing will become so much lighter and easier and effortless and functional. So then we come back and we rest. See where we're sitting. We might be sitting more on one sits bone than the other. One leg might be tighter than the other, so therefore we like to loosen your feet. So much goes into it. We are complex human beings. It's not simple 1, 2, 3, but you can do this in less than 3 minutes once you get the idea. So just notice your structure, notice your breathing. Then the third step is a rotational aspect of it. So we're going to take one hand and put it on the chair. You might have to move a little bit more forward so we can let that arm rest behind us on the chair. Now we're not going to do very much, but we're going to start to look out at the horizon wherever we're looking. And we're going to start to scan the horizon as far as we can go comfortably, and then we're going to come back. We're going to see, oh, maybe it's more comfortable to go this way. Okay. So now you're going to start to calibrate again how much you're going to look, or trying to find this smooth, easy movement with your eyes across the horizon. And when you get to a point where you can't go any further, start to think about how you can use your whole body differently to allow yourself to go further. So we don't just keep cranking in one area. Now, for instance, this arm is here. Can it slide forward as you look over that shoulder? And does that make it easier? And repeat that several times. The right arm is doing, this arm is doing nothing but resting. But I'm feeling my shoulder, I'm feeling this connection of the clavicle to the shoulder blade, to the arm. And again, the only bony connection is right here at your sternum. So when your shoulder blade goes back, it should be able to go back. There's no bones holding it still. It's very free. Could be. And therefore, if you don't want it, you can contract it. But at the same time, you don't want to hold that contraction throughout your life. Maybe you need to do it that way for a certain specific movement that you've been taught and that you know is going to work better for you. But in the meantime, it needs to find a relief. And if nothing else, this is something you can do after you play, preparing yourself to play. But now what's interesting is if you keep your eyes forward, and keep the movement of one arm going forward. Feel the other arm going back. Feel your shoulder going back. And you might even sense that your spine begins to extend a little bit if you do that. It might not, but that's because it's asleep in your brain. And what we're trying to do is wake it up, just getting it ready so that the next swing you take is going to be lighter and easier, more functional, more effortless. And are you breathing? And then bring that arm forward and notice how, oh my goodness, that arm might feel totally different than the other. And then if you rock forward, oh, this arm is going faster than the other. You might sense that again, and you might not. That's on the scale of awareness. But the more you do these 3 simple steps, the more heightened your awareness becomes to your kinesthetic experience. And therefore, the more receptive you will be for any golf pro that gives you a direction. Do this, do that, so that you're not a centipede trying to learn how to walk, trying to play golf. You know it, you get into those positions, and you can do it easily. So, good luck. Let me know how this works for you. Easy, 3 minutes or less. Do it in the cart, in your kitchen table, in your car, anytime, before, after. It's all going to feel great.